I am just here to shoot the shit with you. You are very intimately going to get all of me. Proximity of power, fundamentally. Coaching at the level that I coach it, which is high and impactful. This is where I want to disrupt, and this is where I want to change the game, and this is where I'm trying to make myself as accessible as possible to as many women as possible, because I have always put my money where my mouth is. I have always delivered insane results, and I have always added an incredible amount of value. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Anything Goes with Anna Rose. We are rocking and rolling in this new format. I am still loving it. I trust, I know, I hope that you are as well. I also actually really just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everyone who has ever left a review on the podcast on either Apple or Spotify. I was actually looking at them a little while ago, not like just the other day, but I was looking at the downloads that we have had on, or I have had on this podcast, which blew my mind. You all are the most outstanding audience in the entire world. I love you all more than you honestly know. Just the way you were like here with me in this life. But I was looking at the statistics of my reviews as well. And like, shout out to my haters who give me listens, 100%. There's a couple of them that have left some as well, which we love them. We absolutely love them. What did I hear the other day? Talk about me, talk good about me, or talk bad about me, but just make sure you're talking about me. I loved that. Anyway, it's just funny. You'll be able to go see who they are by their reviews. But I was reading some and I was looking at the stats and I was looking at the number of them, and there is an extraordinary high amount of reviews for the little episodes that I have done and the time that I've had this podcast. So I just like shout out to you, my love, if you have left one. If you haven't and you like to, go nuts, go knock yourself out. It really does help. And I also learned the stats around downloads as well. So downloads is not listens. Downloads is literally people that specifically choose to click download on an episode. And Katie was saying the other day, she's like, why would anyone even download if you can just listen? Because that's admittedly how I listen to most podcasts. I actually don't download, but I am now because I realized how much it helps the person who's doing the episode. So it downloads automatically if you follow the podcast. So if you don't yet follow Anything Goes and you listen to me weekly, it would be amazing if you went and followed the podcast, because that all helps with statistics as well. So it just keeps me inspired. I think more than anything, I know that you want to listen, and that matters because it will keep me showing up, which is all part of it, right? So today I am excited though. Sorry, that was a massive side note, but I really am grateful, and I really do love you, and that absolutely needed to be said. And also, what needs to be said is something that I am extremely excited about and why we're here today. So it's going to be a bit of a, who knows, like a cowboy, when is it not, Wild Wild West kind of episode and podcast, because I am just here to shoot the shit with you all around my new offering, which is called the Inner Circle. And it is something that I feel like most of my companies have been in an essence a lifetime in the making. But this one really has, because you are very intimately going to get all of me. And it is going to be a space all about proximity of power, fundamentally. So getting access to me once a month for up to or over 90 minutes, where I will be doing hot seat coaching, but really bringing you coaching at the level that I coach it, which is high and impactful. And for some people, money can't buy, to be honest, except I am making it very accessible and available to everyone. So what is it? Let me start by going deep on this. And it's really quick and easy, because ultimately I have started the Inner Circle because I want to change more women's lives, to be honest. I want to give access more to me. The demand is consistently there. I don't launch companies for fun. I do. They are fun, but they're stressful. And I never create things just because. It's always predominantly because there begins to become a demand. And there has been an enormous one on my life for a very long period of time to offer more coaching. And this is that across the board now. So the inner circle is ultimately a coaching access to me once a month. It may be more as well, but this is the power of it. Once I've created it and we're in it, I can do whatever I want. And I am a woman of always adding extreme value to anything that I bring. So I'm not saying that there will be like more than one call a month, but if and when I feel like it's necessary to have one, or I have something that I really want to coach on or go live with, you will all get it. So it is a coaching call a live coaching call with me once a month. It is a whole login area though. So I have created an entire new website, an entire new space. This is separate to Self-Love School. If you've ever done Self-Love School, similar ideology. So with Self-Love School, you get a login, your own private login that's yours to work out. And it gives you access to the curriculum ultimately. And with that Self-Love School, and the same ideology exists for the inner circle. So you will actually get a login area. Within that login area, you will get access to the monthly live call. It's going to be on Zoom. You don't have to have your camera on or anything like that. But what will also happen is in that login will become the house for any and every recording that I ever do. So say you join the first month, which would be phenomenal. You will have the first month, but say, 6 months in, 8 months in, 12 months in, someone joins, there'll be 12 additional or 6 additional, 8 additional calls that you get access to. So that will be ongoing. I also am going to have like monthly affirmations and monthly journal prompts. So affirmations and things that you can go in and download for your phone. You can print them out. You can have them as a desktop screensaver, as your phone screensaver. And then obviously I have journaled since I was 11 years of age. So journaling is a huge proponent and part of my life. And I still do it almost daily. So I'm going to have new monthly prompts in there every month to get your own creative and deep juices flowing, essentially. I'm going to have my current reads in there. I'm going to have all my playlists in there. I'm just going to have a lot in terms of anything and everything that ultimately like makes me who I am in the current moment is going to be a part of the inner circle, and it's going to be housed in a login area that you get access to as long as you pay the monthly subscription. But here's the thing, and this is where I want to disrupt, and this is where I want to change the game, and this is where I'm trying to make myself as accessible as possible to as many women as possible, and that is my DMO, friends, my daily method of operation. And so the monthly subscription is only $47, which admittedly is a little fucking wild. But the way that I look at income is always like the value of what you earn essentially is in direct proportion to how much value you put out in the world. And I know with the community that I have cultivated, a lot of people will charge a lot, not with even a scarce mentality, but because they don't have as big a network. So they're going to charge, mate, let me tell you, I could do a whole podcast at the moment on the coaching industry, which I think needs some desperate regulation. But yeah, coaches are out there charging tens of thousands of dollars for like 6 weeks of calls and nothing additional, which is fucking wild to me. Good on them and phenomenal if you're getting something out of there. I just think that allows a particular subset of women and individuals to only gain access. And so when I looked at all of this, I was like, well, if I can impact as many people as humanly possible, giving them a price point, which that $47 can honestly still be a lot for people, which I very much recognize. But ultimately, I had to make it a number that I would want to show up even if there was a few of you. But the idea is that there are many of you. And typically when I launch something or I do something, lots of my beautiful, brilliant amazing community buy-in, and for good reason, because I have always put my money where my mouth is. I have always delivered insane results, and I have always added an incredible amount of value. So I own that, and I love that about myself, and I'm proud of that. So many come, and the idea is that even though I'm only and just charging $47 a month for an exorbitant amount of value and coaching value essentially and additional value, there'll be many of you, right? And so the power, what's the word I'm looking for? The inspiration, the motivation for me to show up every month and give my absolute fucking all is still there, because there's not just going to be a few of you, right? Let's be honest. So Inner Circle, the vision for it is, again, I'm doing something that I have never seen done before. I have never seen this being done before. It's a mastermind with a woman, myself, that now officially absolutely runs 3 very, very successful companies in completely different industries. However, I have 4 businesses, right? So 3 companies and a business, my network marketing company or business, that I have earned from for 11 years as well. So that's my 4th business. But I have launched and scaled 3 individual and independent companies myself. Why I haven't done this earlier as well is I didn't have the capacity, or I wasn't ready, right? I knew where I was taking my own companies. I knew the level of commitment and drive and hopeful brilliance that I could bring to it, but I wanted to do it. I wanted to first do it and then launch something like this, where I could then bring all of myself and bring all of my expertise and all of my lessons that I have earned and learned to a group container and a mastermind, and say, hey, these are my lessons. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm learning. This is how I'm growing. This is what came up for me this month, and literally coach on such a fucking high level of like elite level performance, but make it accessible to the beginner and to the woman that's like doesn't have tens of thousands of dollars to invest in a coach that she probably didn't even need anyway, right? So this was my dream and vision with Inner Circle, that I could put myself in front of you at an elite level, at a high performance level, no matter where you are in your journey, whether you are looking for just motivation and inspiration to show up and play at a more courageous level in your life, just point blank. If you are looking to prioritize living from a value-centered position in your life, if you are looking to launch companies, if you are looking to excel or succeed in network marketing, if you are looking to heal and navigate trauma and love, if you are looking to, get through and over obstacles and shit hard times, if you are looking for inspiration to find love again, if you are deep in the work of the feminine, if you are wanting and desiring to lean more into the elements of the masculinity and the femininity and how to bring that polarity into your life and relationship, I could go on. I could go on and on and on, but this is who I am. And this is everything that I have brought to my own table the last decade plus long, earned millions of dollars as I've done it, stayed remarkably aligned in who I am and what I offer and how I show up in the world, and had a lot of fucking fun along the way. And I'm proud of who I am, and I'm proud of what I've accomplished. And now I am ready and willing and wanting to open that level of proximity of power up to you, my friend, for just $47 a month. And again, it's disruptive. It hasn't been done before. I am a woman fundamentally that could name a price in the coaching industry for sure, and sell it out from a mastermind perspective, from an elite performance level perspective, from a corporate hiring level perspective. And I choose not to. This is where I am. This is who I'm meant to be. This is the level I'm meant to play at. I've been asked 1,000 times, will I ever do a higher level mastermind? The answer is maybe. I never say never. But for right now, my absolute passion and goal is taking the woman, no matter what level she is at, putting her at my table, breaking bread with her, drinking wine with her, and saying, hey, here, this is what I've done. Let's collapse time. Come with me, or here's my hand, or here's a ladder, or like, come on up. Come to the table, come sit at the table. And what I also love is my dream and my vision with this is I will have, this is not a possibility, I will have women in at the table in these Zoom rooms every single month that are high income earners, that are succeeding and killing it in their own particular industry, creating their own tables for sure. But then I'm also going to have the women that are mums that are potentially just starting out, or women that are in it at a level that maybe they've just worked through some trauma and they've just gotten out of a marriage or a relationship and they want to play a bigger, bolder, better game, and they're not ready yet. But you're gonna be at the table with women that have been there, written the book, done that. And that's what fucking excites me, because I find in life, but in spaces and containers, and I've been in many of them and they're brilliant. Some are, some aren't. Some I wish I never had invested. And that's my lesson to learn. But what excites me is that I've never been in a room or at a table other than the ones I create where there is that diversity of skill, there is that diversity of woman, there is that diversity of income, because you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. And for so many, they're not at a level for whatever reason to put themselves at some tables or in some Zoom rooms, predominantly because of income. And I'm removing that barrier to entry with the inner circle. And that's why I've called it the inner circle, because my own inner circle is powerful. My own inner circle play at levels that you want to play at elite performance, at elite incomes, at elite goals, at elite dreams. And I want to make sure that I'm creating a table big enough for every woman who wants the chance to go at life to the level that she desires and dreams of, be it as a beautiful mum, but that wants to live a more values-driven life, or a woman that wants to earn 7 figures and, dominate across industry and launch business models that have never been done before, which I've also done. Whomever that woman is, she's welcome at the table. She has access to the table, and she can learn at the table. And so that is what the inner circle is about. And I couldn't be more excited. I couldn't be more proud. I couldn't be more ready to welcome you. Ultimately, it is live. If you were listening to this podcast, I made damn sure that it was live the same week. So you can head to my Instagram. I'll put the link in the show notes, but you are welcome to come and join me. And at the end of the day, it's $47 fucking dollars. You just can't get better value for what I'm about to bring to the table and to bring into your life, and the level that I'm willing and ready to play at from a coaching perspective to bring you what you need to change and transform your life and level it up in a way that you've never done before. So I am so excited. I'm so honored to do this as well. I have a feeling, loves. I have a feeling that this model that I create around a very low barrier to entry from a price point and high value will yet again be something that you start to then see other women do and other coaches do. And that's exciting. I always love that. I always love to disrupt and pave the way. And I think as well, that's a really powerful thing as a coach for you to know that I am a woman that goes first. And with this inner circle and this offering and this platform that I've created for you to come in and feel like there's just so much value without even the coaching for $47 a month. And then the coaching on top is just value that you won't feel or get anywhere else. So I cannot wait to meet you in there. I cannot wait to have you on the Zoom. You can watch it live, of course, every single month. There's always several weeks pre-planned. Ultimately, it's not going to be on the same day. The calls are not going to be like on the same date or the same day at the same time. It'll always be at night. I will always have a nighttime call. It just works better for women. But I am going to mix it up as I get to know the community and what works best. But there'll be some women that couldn't do, the first Tuesday of every single month. So it sucks for them that they would then miss out on the live calls. So it could be a Tuesday, it could be a Thursday, it could be a Saturday, it could be a Friday. I'm going to mix it up a lot. But you will know several weeks in advance. The whole calendar is always going to be loaded with the links in the login area. So with links that link to your calendar, with alerts that will go off, and everything in between. So I cannot wait to launch this with you. It will have officially launched when this episode goes live. And I just can't wait to see how we can yet again disrupt as a community, how we can play at a level together as a community, how we can show up in the world in a bigger, bolder, brighter way as a community. And we can just live a more courageous, bold, beautiful life. So I hope that I will see you in the inner circle, and I am humbled and privileged and excited to welcome you into my inner circle. And I cannot wait to see who you become, how it transpires in your life, and the goals and the dreams and the courage that you play at when you join. So until the next episode, my loves, stay wild and never, ever forget that when your eyes open for a new day, because they have opened, and only that for that reason, that it is a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. Never, ever, 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 ever forget that. We are so blessed every single day when we open our eyes and our heart is beating and our lungs are breathing and our eyes are seeing, that it is a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. So I will see you in the inner circle, and I will see you on the next episode, and have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thanks so much for tuning in. And as always, I hope you got something out of this conversation that you can use to challenge your own status quo. If you liked what you heard, it would mean the world to me if you shared this episode on your socials to help get this podcast more out in the world. Don't forget as well to tag me personally at @thereal_Anna Rose so I can thank you personally. If you're also loving the conversations, leaving a review on iTunes by going to the podcast, scrolling down and clicking leave review will help even more amazing humans that need to find me and these conversations find me. As always, though, I am eternally grateful that you're tuning in. And until the next episode, know that I am always cheering on your sovereignty and success.